Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, welcome back to more Hearthstone, another week in the Tavern Brawl, and this week, gone fishing again. Let's go fishing, build a deck of 20 minions, we'll give you 10 random class spells and a rod so you can fish minions out of your opponent's deck. Going Shaman, because of course we've got Shaman as a quest, or as a class to play for a quest. And going with Murlocs because, you know, thought it fit the theme a little bit. Not because it's good, but it kind of fits the theme, I guess. And I don't remember exactly what I played last time we saw this, but it's been a while. I think week 155 looks like, since we last seen this Tavern Brawl. Second time we've seen this Tavern Brawl, and I hope you guys are okay with this guy who's blowing leaves outside in the streets joining the video today. You know, he's a fan of Hearthstone, so I figured I'd let him be a part of this video. You might hear his commentary in the background. It looks like he's a little bit further away off the street now, so hopefully not too loud. But anyways, I guess the Toxifin is fine. This is not a bad hand. I guess I could toss this Cold Light Seer back. Yeah, let's toss it back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, at least my opponent won't pull the Murlocs. And the real here is, end of your turn, summon a minion from your opponent's deck. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. That is certainly a bummer. We'll play this, see if my opponent, no, okay. That's cute. I guess I can clear this without having to commit my Toxifin. Reborn. That's pretty smart, I suppose. It's pretty smart. Alright, the Tide Caller is kind of unfortunate. +2 attack. I guess I have to do it this way. Do like that. And I go here. Reborn is smart, I suppose. Okay. Well, that's a bit spicy. You see, I wanted to build a deck that was, like, not too heavy on, like, things like that, where, like, if I give it to my opponent, it's kind of a big deal. That's why I went with Murlocs. But yeah, Whelp. Oh, we only had 20 health. Do I just go face? Is face the place here? Because I could just drop a War Leader and go 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 into face. I think I'll play a little bit safer though. I guess I trade this one. I could do this. Could rush. I don't need a rush right now. I could do this. I think I'll go here. Ugh. Maybe that wasn't the best play. Whatevs. Let's go here. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So my opponent's plays some sort of, like, Spell Priest, it seems like. Except there's, you know, it's random spells. Going for some draw, going for some face. What is the best? The next best one is probably this one at this point, because I played all of my, yeah. I guess we can play this out and play that out and just punch him in the face. Oh, that's just lethal. Okay. Well, I'd say this is like, it didn't make it to the point where he could have my opponent could have played this anyways. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's do one more. Like, you know, I think, like I said, like, I kind of want to this deck was partly chosen for the theme, but also because I didn't want to play a deck that I had to think and, like, really build around and be like, well, what if my opponent pulls this out of my deck? Then what happens? And, you know, obviously the Caligos was not game-breaking per se on my end. It was a body that lasted, but, like, I think even if I didn't have that big of a body, it would still have been fine. And actually, did I even draw any spells that turn? Not sure. But that Toxifin was very valuable in terms of pulling something that could deal with the 4/4. I mean, my opponent did have a pretty strong start, and that's kind of unfortunate. It's fine, it's whatever. Oh, okay now. Well, I guess my opponents are definitely not going with the strategy of, like, playing something playing decks that don't immediately like give your opponent. I mean, like my opponent did play get the best thing out of my deck, to be honest. The 4/4, right? I think I just punched face here. But my opponent did pull the best thing out of my deck, the 4/4 last turn. Wild Pyro is interesting. Yeah. I think I've gotten the better of the pulls. Yeah. That doesn't really work that way. Not really sure what this... I mean, is this, Kalagos is a 1 in 20. What are the odds, right? So I think I pulled pretty well. This is I mean, it's 1 in 20, but how many... Oh, that's kind of sad. How many, things did my opponent have, right? Is this lethal? It is just lethal, right? I think the buddy here gets to attack. What are the odds of me actually pulling those things off of my opponent's deck? Out of my opponent's deck? Probably pretty unlikely. Kalagos was probably, like I said, Kalagos was a one of. How many big cards were in my opponent's deck? The Ironbark Protector arguably could have played 2 copies of it. 2 in 20, what are the odds? Other than, granted, you have to account for, my opponent drawing, a couple cards. So, let's say it's 2 of, 2 in 16, 1 in 8, 12.5%. That's reasonable. So, that's also partly why I went with something like this. A little bit aggro, a little bit, not super deleterious when I get, one of my bigger things pulled. And like I said, I think if things didn't go as well, my opponent, that first game, my opponent pulled a 4/4, my best card in terms of stats, to pull for free, or to summon for free. If I didn't have the Toxaphene, I think I probably would have lost. Even with the, with the Kalagos, I think it would have been close. But let's say I didn't pull the Kalagos, the 1 in, at that point it was probably 15 or so, 14, 15. That was a pretty steep, curve to have to try to fight back from. Fortunately, I had the answer. Fortunately, I took his Kalagos. But like I said, other than the body, it wouldn't really have done anything because my opponent would have no chance to play it, given how things went. So, anyways, quick little video. I think we're going to stop while we're ahead. So, anyways, like I said, I don't know. I don't think this is a particularly good strategy. But it worked out pretty well, in the setting of me getting some pretty nasty pulls. So, take it for what you will. End of 2, a little bit skewed, I think, in terms of results. And our leaf blower guy friend is done too. He's in shock and awe, at how crazy that went. But anyways, that's it for this week. So, till next time, thanks for watching.